Just a short video to make. Well, since the new Paw Patrol movie is actually a new dinosaur movie designed for kids, I think this will be the first dinosaur movie that's not even violent or scary like in the Jurassic Park movies. When you think of dinosaurs, remember these guys in the Jurassic Park movies? They were pretty scary, aren't they? Do you think Dr. Grant should be the hero in the Paw Patrol movie? That would be kinda cool. This guy is an expert on dinosaurs. Instead, we got Bill Nye the Science Guy. Maybe Bill Nye is kinda like the dinosaur guy, of course. Of course, he's an expert in science. That made sense. I'm gonna talk about what dinosaur movies they had back in my day. Somewhere in the 2000s era, dinosaur movies were not very popular anymore. Back in the early 2000s, dinosaur movies were very popular. In the year 2000, they had a movie called Dinosaur. It's made by Disney, of course. In 2001, they had Jurassic Park 3. The movie Dinosaur is definitely a good movie for preschoolers. I don't know any kids my age who saw the dinosaur movie. I knew about the dinosaur movie because of the ads. I think the dinosaur movie is kind of targeted for girls. I don't know if girls want to watch a movie about scary dinosaurs or something, but it's made by Disney. Disney is actually a company for girls. I want to know if there's any girls around my age who saw the dinosaur movie back when they were kids. I do remember watching these British girls on YouTube. Remember that British girl named Abby Pop? I want to know if she ever saw that movie Dinosaur when she was a kid. She is kind of like the same age as me, but I never got the chance to meet her in person. She looks like a nice girl, don't you think? She's one of Becky Cruz' friends. I like those girls, they were fun. I saw them on the internet, but can you imagine hanging out with them in real life? I wish I could ask Abby Pop a lot of questions about Disney movies. Okay, enough of that. I'm not going to talk about British girls right now. I'm talking about dinosaurs and movies for kids, of course. Well, Jurassic Park movies are kind of like kids' movies, but they're way too violent. They're PG-13. It's mostly for cursing and violence and stuff like that, like people getting killed by dinosaurs. Little kids would not want to watch movies like that. When I saw the Jurassic Park movies as a kid, I thought they were really scary to watch. In the movie Dinosaur, it's not that scary at all, but I never saw that movie because it's not my movie, it's the other kids' movie. I was more into trains and airplanes and boats like Theodore Tugboat and Thomas the Tank Engine or J.D. Jet Plane. I wasn't really into Disney movies. I thought Disney movies were kind of boring. Jurassic Park 3, it's kind of like a preschool movie, but I don't know any kids growing up who saw Jurassic Park 3. My dad told me to see it in the movie theater. My dad's the only person I know who likes Jurassic Park 3. Well, because my dad's a big dinosaur fan, plus he's a Steven Spielberg fan also. Jurassic Park 3 does have an actor from Sesame Street, like Mr. Noodles in it. It's kind of sad he got killed off in the film by velociraptors. I thought he would be alive. It's a little bit too violent and scary for preschoolers. There's too much blood and gore and violence, but they made it more friendly for kids. It's kind of strange, isn't it? It's designed for bigger kids, not for preschoolers, of course. Speaking of which, Ellie Sattler did have a young kid in the movie, like a 3-year-old kid. He likes dinosaurs. I think that's the target audience with Jurassic Park 3. Mostly little kids like dinosaurs. I don't know any kids growing up who like dinosaurs. I was kind of like a lone wolf, of course. When you think of dinosaurs and cartoons, there is a cartoon series called The Land Before Time. They have so many freaking sequels that were released on videotape. They didn't come out in theaters, they came out on videotape. So you don't have to watch in theaters, they came out on tape. Jesus Christ, what's with all these Land Before Time movies anyways? Can you imagine they make more sequels until they get old and stuff like that? That's crazy. So the Land Before Time series is the longest running dinosaur franchise ever, and they have so many sequels nobody even wants to watch anyways. Let me go on Wikipedia to look up The Land Before Time. So they've been making sequels since 1994, and the sequels ended somewhere in 2007. Actually, the recent Land Before Time movie was actually in 2016. I didn't see that movie, but I'd like to watch it someday, but I think it's just for little kids. But it's kind of interesting how the dinosaurs came back, but they never grew up in that movie since like 2007. The dinosaurs never grew up. They were just a bunch of babies forever. They have a couple sequels I never saw before because they're direct-to-video, plus they're for little kids anyways. I thought the Land Before Time movies ended somewhere in the mid-2000s or something like that. I don't know. So the Land Before Time movies have 13 movies in the series. Isn't that crazy? Can you imagine Paw Patrol having 13 sequels? That would be crazy. Ice Age has a crap load of sequels nobody wants to see anyways. The Land Before Time movies had more sequels than Harry Potter and the Jurassic Park movies. Crazy, isn't it? Somewhere back in the mid 2000s, nobody really cared about dinosaurs anymore. We decided to move on to superheroes and secret agents and wizards and witches like Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a very popular franchise back in the 2000s era. Spider-Man was popular too. So Spider-Man and Harry Potter were very popular um popular popular subjects back in the 2000s era, like a superhero from New York City and a British wizard from London, England. Yep, that's right. And the Spy Kids movies were popular too. They only had 3 films in the series, but the Spy Kid became a fad back in the 2000s era. Do you guys think Spider-Man is kind of like Spy Kids? Some of the films we have were about human beings, not dinosaurs anymore. But I'm glad back in 2015, they brought dinosaurs back from the dead. After 14 years since Jurassic Park 3 came out, that was the end of the dinosaur fad. Kids decided to move on to wizards and witches and Spider-Man, of course, and Spy Kids also. Well, there's nothing much I could talk about dinosaurs anyway. Not much information about dinosaur movies, but the Land Before Time series, that's the longest running dinosaur movies in history since Jurassic Park. Because back in my day, Jurassic Park had 3 movies in the series. The Land Before Time, look at that. Their franchise is so big. They had TV shows, they have games, they had toys, they have a crap load of sequels. Oh my god. The Land Before Time series is such a big dinosaur movie franchise. And we're having another Land Before Time movie this year. Paw Patrol, Dino movie. Is Littlefoot gonna be in it? That would be kinda cool. It's a T-Rex that's gonna be in a Jurassic Park. Can you imagine eats all the puppies? That would be kinda scary and funny, don't you think? Is Dr. Malcolm gonna be in the new Paw Patrol movie? That would be kinda cool. What about Ellie Sattler? She should be in that too. Well, I can't talk about Sam Neill because he passed away. Maybe there'll be a different actor that can play Dr. Grant. Well, what about Harrison Ford? Do you think he could be Dr. Grant as a voice actor? That would be good. Or maybe Chris Hemsworth. I don't know.